Hey, this is another video. This time what we're taking a look at is how to make a vacation photo for Easter when you are stuck at home and not allowed to leave your home. We're going to be using a program called Paint.net again, so I'm just going to open that up. So here it comes now. What we're going to do is we are going to go and get our pictures. So I'm going to click Open, which is over here. And the pictures that I'm going to be using are this one, this one, this one, and this one. So by holding Control down on my keyboard, I'm able to multiple select. Click Open, and here they all come. So here's my destination photo, and I'm going to take elements from these three photos and bring them over here. So I'll start with this one. So this is my lasso select tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into here and I'm going to select the head and edit and copy, and then go to my destination and edit, paste into a new layer. So the first thing you'll notice is that it is not the right size. So while it is nice and small like this, we're going to resize it so it's about right. So I'm going to kind of grab it. This is going to be my destination. So her face is rotated a little bit to the left. So by right clicking, I can move this a little bit as well. They're still the wrong size. So we're going to kind of go forehead to chin, which is right, and then width. So it's not quite wide enough. So kind of go like that. As you can see, the eyes are close. We'll just kind of drop that in front like that. Then what we need to do is remove all the parts we don't need. So the first thing we're going to do is zoom in a little bit more so we can see. I'm just going to use my eraser right over here. And I'm going to check it. I'm at 2 pixels, which is not enough. So we're going to go up to like maybe 50 or something. We'll just clear a bunch of this stuff we obviously won't be needing. Ears, who needs ears? Same with this stuff down here. Okay, so I'm just moving my cursor and then clicking. You can just sort of see this finger is also coming down. So it's going to, oh, you can see there I just took a bit too much. You just click undo. Just move that back a little bit. Okay, so what I do need to do, the fingers are coming in front of the face. So what I'm going to need to do is make my eraser smaller. So go down to like 15 or something. And by clicking and unclicking my layer, I can see exactly where they are. So I can see where that thumb is. It's basically going just above the nose. So I'll come right up like this. And then I'm just going to kind of schmake the rest of the thumb. And that means this has to sort of, oh, that's not right. A bit more. We'll just kind of keep shaving off until we hit the edge. Oh, too much. Zoom in a little bit more here. That's probably still hand. Let's check. Oh, it goes quite a bit higher. I'm just clicking instead of dragging. It's just a little bit easier. Oh, even higher. Smooth this out a little bit. Oh, too much. Undo. Let's just check it again. Okay, so there's a bit more here like that. That's all right. Now this side I have the same thing. So I'm going to need to come up for this part. That's easy enough, but then we need to find where that thumb goes. So basically going right up to the other one. So I'll just keep taking a little bit more off until it looks a little bit more as we go. Just clicking now. Let's just check it. Oh, a bit more. So all I'm doing is just so that it will look like these hands are in front of the background or the face. Okay, so this part here needs, because her thumbs look really thin. And that side, that's probably looking a little bit better. Okay, let's check on that. Okay, so that's pretty good. All right, so that is the first. Oh, I can fix the hair up here. Oh, the hair, the Brett. Now you can notice there's a little bit of a difference as far as coloring. The hair of the background is lighter and the skin is lighter. So these are things, if we had time, we would take a look at adjusting using, well, here we'll give it a quick, see if we can just do it. I'm going to go into brightness and contrast first. This is probably not going to work super well, so it's getting a little bit better. And when I up the contrast, I still have too much color, so I'm going to just cancel that. I'll try very quickly in curves. So this is luminosity, so this is brightness and contrast. So we can try that. See, it's just kind of doing a little bit too much. I can change this also to RGB. Then I can go, well, it's a little bit redder, so we're going to pull a little bit of the red out. Right. Oops, I selected all of them by mistake. So now I just have red. So we tone the red down. You can see the coloring is getting a little bit better. And you can kind of play with that to get it just the way you need it. And so that is basically how you would put that face in there. So I'm going to need to do the same thing with the other two. So first I'm going to deselect this one, and I'll go get my next face. So remember, I'm using my lasso select tool. Just going to grab a quick, here's the face, edit, copy, bring it into here, and edit, paste into a new layer. Now remember, the first thing you need to do is we're going to size it. So we need it to be the right size. So we're going to get it so the eyes are sort of in the right spot, and forehead to chin. So that is close. Eyes in the right spot, forehead to chin. Just going to rotate it just a little. And then we're going to do the same thing as we did in the other one. So I'm just going to pause the video while we're doing that. Okay, so you can see I've kind of made some changes over there. This one is a little bit difficult. The face in the background is quite bright, whereas this is quite not bright. So again, you would need to go into your adjustments to try to play to kind of make them match a little bit more. So you're probably looking at brightness, contrast, maybe curves. You might be able to use hue and saturation a little bit too, just to kind of try it and see. Basically, you just kind of move it and see what it does. So this is kind of moving it between sort of going redder and yellower. So that's not really our issue. So that should probably just sort of stay at 0. Saturation is going to make it sort of redder and yellower versus like black and white. So we can tone it down a little bit more. It's going to get a little bit better. And this is much more lightness or darkness. So it is making a bit of a difference. Not quite enough. Ideally, you would have actually picked a different picture because the one in the background is quite bright. So we've got one more to do. So here is our third. I'm going to control roll in. Use my lasso select to select the face. Remember, it's edit and copy. Go to the destination, edit, paste into a new layer. There it is over there. Now this one's going to need to get quite a bit bigger. So remember, we were looking at forehead to chin, well, eye to chin. Now we're going to need to rotate this one too because the background of her face is, okay, so we'll make this wider. The eyes are kind of matching. Here, chin to eyes. A little bit bigger. And then we have the same sort of stuff as before, so I'm just going to pause it again. All right, so what I have done now is I have finished. So you can see I have my one solution I did here. I simply made his face a lot bigger. So it did cover it up nicely. However, now the face just looks too big for the body, but that is not ideal. So now, of course, as being done, I would go File and then Save As. Remember, we want to save it as a JPEG. And we'll just click Save. Give it a new name. So I'm just going to call it the same as before, plus new. It's going to ask if the quality is fine. I'm going to say Flatten. So it's going to take all my layers and squish them down into one. See, there you go. And now when I go into my folder, we'll see Here's my original, and then here is the new and improved. Okay, not really improved, but you kind of get the sense that we now had an egg party and we got our hands dirty. And that is it.